Hello everybody, my name is Kwani. I film about marriage, spirituality, and my journey in writing. If you are new here, you are very welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video, I just want to talk about the honeymoon phase. Without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. I think it's very important to understand this about the honeymoon phase, that what categorizes this phase is passion. Even in the book that we wrote, me and my husband, titled The Joys and Horrors of Our First Year in Marriage, there is a chapter there that talks about the fire. What categorizes the honeymoon phase is the fire, the bubbles, the, oh my God, the vavavum thing going on, So what categorizes it is passion, towards each other. And, I love the phase because we don't notice too many flaws in each other. We haven't, we don't understand concepts of working in fields of unmet expectations. There is not a lot of disappointment we can write home about. We are still very much innocent in our love. Our love is still very much pure and uncontaminated by many things. So in today's video, I just want us to explore, this concept of the honeymoon phase. The first thing that I want to talk about is that when you are in this phase, the best thing that you can do for yourself is to also channel this energy and this passion to doing other things in life. I'll give you an example. Because you are still in a phase where you are excited about each other, where it is just too, it's like a fairy tale. It's like a movie. It's like you guys are in a movie. You're in your own romantic movie. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to channel the energy into doing life. I'll give you an example. What we did when we started out, we also mentioned it in the book. What we did when we first started out, because we could realize there was just too much energy and this amazing, the passion makes you excited about life. You are excited about life. You look forward to each and every day. You look forward to literally, it's like birds are singing everywhere. It's like everything is just too perfect, man, So it is the best time to do other things related to life. My husband took online courses. He said, I've always wanted to do something along business management lines. He took the course, completed it. I wanted to go back to school, finish my degree. I wanted to author my first book. And we're able to do this in our first year of marriage. You know why? Because we could realize that, but this is a perfect chance. If we are not going to use this time to do life, what time are we going to use? So what we did, because we were starting out and because we were still trying to understand each other, and we were not really, we were not really that united, because we were still trying to figure out each other and figure out each other's interests and, stuff like that. The best thing that worked for us was sitting down and actually writing stuff down, that in this first year of our marriage, what we want to achieve. And we actually wrote it down. I said that I want to complete my degree, and I said that I want to author my first book, and I said I want to do baking lessons. I wrote everything down that I honestly wanted to do in that year, and he did the same. I want to do this course. I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to, and then we wrote it down. What this did for us is, because since we were starting out, and since we didn't really understand each other, fully and entirely, the list that we wrote was like a representation of each other's hearts. When I wrote a list, it was a representation of what is in my heart. When he wrote his list, it was a representation of what was in his heart. And we were able to support each other in that journey, because I could see his heart in writing, and I couldn't really miss it much because it was in writing, And I knew how best to encourage him, and I knew how best to pray for him. And he the same. He knew how best to, which lines to target and how best to encourage me. So the passionate stage can be used for doing life. The things that we wrote, we pasted them where it is very, very, like we pasted them on our door. We couldn't miss it. It was there. It was on our faces. When you go to the kitchen, it's there. When you have to pass by that list, making us or helping us to internalize the list. When I walk, I know this is what my husband wants in this season. When he walks, he knows this is what my wife wants in this season. Writing stuff down helps a lot. When you are at least now, when you can't really interpret somebody's heart, because you are still also trying to understand what really gets them going, what's the kind of person this person is, the list will help you. The other thing that I want us to consider is intimacy. Okay, like I said, that what categorizes the honeymoon phase is the excitement and the fun and the, va vom that I've already mentioned. That it's also important to understand that when you are starting out, especially in our Christian culture, certain things you only get to understand and certain things you only get to explore only when you're married. Because come on, you've been abstaining, sex, the word sex has not been really in your vocabulary. It was only in your vocabulary if your statement is going to be do not have sex before marriage. So it's now something that is so new. Then boom, 1 minute you're abstaining and then the next minute you're married and certain things are expected from you. Intimacy is expected from you. The first thing that I think I can say in this context is that you should understand this thing. That if you are listening to me and you are in the honeymoon phase, the first year of your marriage, and you have no idea what's going to happen, you don't even know where to start, the first thing that you should understand that I think really helped me a lot is to understand this two things. The first thing is understand that it is both your responsibility. And the fact that you grew up in a Christian home, the fact that this is, it doesn't exempt you from trying. It doesn't exempt you from making effort, exploring, reading Christian books, being involved, taking initiative, and even initiating. The second thing that worked for me, the second thing that helped me a lot is, communication. I say this and I'll say it again, that a relationship is sustained by curiosity, mystery, but marriage is sustained by communication. What helped us is being able to talk about intimacy in our household the same way, in a very chilled mode, like we can talk about food, like we can talk about what movie to watch, so when it came to intimate conversations, it was not something that was treated as a taboo where now people are shy, they want to get under the table. The same way you can sit down and say, what kind of movie do you think we should watch? It is the same way you can sit down and say, what do you feel like doing tonight? What do you feel like trying out tonight? Communication is what sustains. Communication is what preserves. Communication is what will help us to at least move past this stage with ease. And like I'm saying, that it's from the chapter in this book that we wrote together with my husband, The Joys and the Horrors of our first year in marriage. The Joys and the Horrors of our first year in marriage. There is a chapter there called The Fire. If you have the book, you will read. If you don't have the book, this is the perfect time to order it.